Welcome and thank you for joining us today. It is June 25th and my name is Mireya Sanchez. I am a co-director here at Chelan-Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services in Wenatchee, and I'll be conducting the interview today for the Office of Chelan County Clerk. So with me today is incumbent Marty Young. Thank you for coming, Marty, virtually. We're glad to have you here.
Well, it's
The
good to be
interview
here.
is being recorded and it will be made to the public. The questions that you'll be asked today were drawn from the experiences of community members, clients, and the legal community in their interactions with the clerk's office. So they reflect real needs and curiosity from the people that the office serves. We have about 5 or 6 questions. We do ask that you keep your responses to about 2 or 3 minutes each, and then we'll just let you know if it's running long. To get us started, go ahead and briefly introduce yourself to anyone who might not be keeping up with the clerk's office and maybe share a little bit about your time in office and what's motivated you to run for reelection.
Okay, well, I was elected about 4 years ago. Um, Kim Morrison asked me to run for election, and after doing some investigation on the job with her and explaining what all the process was, I was interested in it, and that is how I got here to begin with. My background's engineering degree first off, and then I got a master's in business association from the University of Oregon. So that's proved to suit me well in my career, and works well with this job because you're a business manager here. You're a director of a department. You've got a budget. You've got personnel. You're dealing with human relations, and it's a full-time job and then some, as I'm still in the office right now.
Okay, well, thank you for that. We'll go ahead and jump right into the questions. In the legal aid community, there's frequent discussion regarding access to justice, and it's something that we're always looking towards increasing. We see the clerk's office as sort of a natural partner in that effort, since it's usually the starting point for folks who have legal matters. So tell us, what role do you see the clerk and the clerk's office playing in helping to ensure that access to justice, and how has that shaped your work so far?
Well, we provide information to everyone on an equal basis, court documents, audio recordings, and the documents are archived to the state daily. When our in the normal operations, we're still recovering from our malware event in May and most of June. But yeah, the information we put out there is available. It's all public. We also handle public records requests when people ask for information on that regard. So it's just a matter of asking, and we'll provide.
Okay, thank you. So to follow up on that same theme a little bit, in our community, we find that those with the greatest need, especially folks who may be low income or facing financial hardship, they can really struggle to meet filing requirements sometimes, especially with fee payments. And sometimes you also have people that struggle with access to technology that's meant to simplify the process. So, with those things in mind, what is one thing that our community has been able to count on you for in this area, and what do you want to prioritize going forward to ensure that?
The fees and costs like that can be waived with a judge's order. That's a little bit out of our control. We just follow the law and follow the judge's orders. If there are mandated fees, they are mandated by law. Um, as far as going forward, I know we're very focused on ADA requirements for our online access, and the whole county is, and we're all getting up to speed with that for the next year or so. So we're always aware and keeping focused on people that need extra help. There are court facilitators to help here. Also in the court administration, there's a navigator to help answer questions.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. So I'm going to pivot a little bit and ask a question about how the clerk's office works with the court side of things. A lot of community members don't realize that the clerk's office and the judges are overseen by two different branches of government. So can you explain in simple terms what that means and what are some of the benefits and challenges that you've seen firsthand when serving the public across these two separate systems?
Okay, well, the clerk was, the position of the clerk was developed in the Constitution. It's an executive branch position. It's elected, and it was created to, keep separate minutes for the public on judges' hearings and proceedings, separate from the judicial branch.
Mhm.
So that's why they created us. Just waving goodbye to one of my clerks. Yeah, we're here for the accountability and keeping the record clear and available to the public.
Okay, thank you.
We are both
So I'm going to follow up on that a little bit.
separately elected.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Go ahead. Did you have anything to add to that?
Oh, we're just going to say both judges and myself are separately elected officials. So we're on equal playing field. I don't work for the judges and they don't work for me.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that clarification. And based on your experience, how do you envision continuing to stay in sync with the judges' chambers so that clients are always getting clear, consistent information about what they need to file?
Well, we can't provide legal advice. That's against the law. So for clients to know what they need to file, they need to get an attorney or be a pro se litigant and do the research on their own. We work well with the judges. I mean, there's no conflicts in that regard at all. Currently, like I mentioned earlier, with the malware event, we are way behind on our documentation and getting up to speed on calendars and documents in the system. They're scanned in. There's just a lot of linking to be done. So that's, it's going to take us maybe a few weeks to get caught up. We were down for several weeks and it takes time to get caught back up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough situation. So on that note, you mentioned self-represented litigants. So here at CDCVAS, all of our clients are self-represented with very few exceptions. These clients often rely on resources that we provide to them or referrals that we make to county offices for assistance with filing or making sure documentation requirements are met. So what are some approaches that you've brought or want to continue to bring to the clerk's office to support those self-represented litigants, especially if they're filing with extra forms like a fee waiver?
Yeah, if they have the fee waiver, then we honor that. It's an order from the judge usually. So other than that, we have a list of resources. You're at the top of the list also for them to get free legal assistance or reduced fee legal assistance. We can show them the process and the forms. We can't tell them what to file or how to fill out the forms, but that's the extent of what we can do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've come to our very last question. So we've talked a lot about access to justice. It's a phrase that we use a lot in legal aid. Tell us, with everything that we've talked about during this interview, what does access to justice mean to you overall?
Well, it means everyone has an equal and fair opportunity to be heard and be represented, and we offer all the resources we can in that regards, up to following the letter of the law, and we'll help guide them and direct them to other resources if they don't get their questions answered here. We just here to support them. We also have many bilingual clerks to help in that regards, and also translation services through the state if that's needed. So,
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much. That actually concludes the interview questions. So thank you to Marty Young for your time and your thoughtful responses
okay.
today. We really appreciate your participation in the process.
Okay, happy to be here, and I'm happy to serve another 4 years.
All right, thank you.
Good.